Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Big day, right? Like we just had a huge launch, another Scentsy sellout. Yay, we're all in the right place at the right time. We're a week out from Christmas shipping cutoff, and huge kudos to all of you to taking 20 minutes out of your busy day to join us live, or even to just push play and listen to the recording, because what's top of mind right now, how to keep our consultants from going into that cookie coma and taking a long winter's nap. So I have three of my business partners with me today, and we have been doing this. I counted up this morning when we met, I counted up 43 Scentsy holidays together. So combined total, we're giving you lots of experience of making sure that we check in with our teams and our groups and keep the momentum going. We've had such an amazing 2020 as far as sales and excitement. So I'm just gonna turn the call mostly over to these experts and find out what they are doing to keep their teams from slipping into this long winter's nap. Lauren, do you want to start first?
Yeah, I am really good at taking someone's idea and kind of making it my own. And isn't that what we all love about Scentsy? Like, we don't have to have all of the ideas. On the share page, someone posted a challenge, and it was a sales challenge. And the main goal with it was to keep your consultants engaged. I found the past couple of years, once we get to Thanksgiving, mini drop off, and they are gone until probably sometime mid January through February. In order to try and keep more of them engaged, I did this challenge that was shared, and I'm having them do shout outs on their own when they need it, because we know we have the shipping deadline on the 15th. It was based around that, but you could go ahead and alter and pick, 3 or 4 dates until we get to that deadline, which I did 200 by the 1st that you were active because we had another big launch, and then 500 by the 5th, 1,000 by the 10th, and 2,000 by the 15th, because we know that a lot will pretty much stop working their business by the 15th and the shipping deadline. So I figured it was a great way to keep them going for those of my consultants that really like to earn that extra sales bonus, as we all do, to focus on getting the 2,000 by the 15th. So they're engaged on this one post, sharing ideas, shouting out, some things might wind up in their mailboxes for reaching these goals, but you can all do it, completely with the standards, by that way of saying, on this day, who has this in sales? I just pulled a report in the morning and send them a text. So keeping it engaged on that post. And then I do like to add at this time of year, some nice fun things too, like what's your favorite Scentsy scent to warm. So it's not just all about the sales push, and that you have a little bit of community, what's your favorite recipe, all of those. You can get consultants that never even respond or like anything. They'll share a recipe or tell you their favorite scent. So it's a great way to just keep everyone on your page and connected. And I don't feel we've ever had a December where we have so many new LTOs to push. So keeping that connection open and making sure that all your team members are taking advantage of these opportunities.
Yeah, I did the craziest show us your tree post. I think
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
up to like 90 comments on that. And then what was fun is I found that the consultants in my team page were then taking it to their personal page. So just setting those simple ways to be social are so great. Hey, Lisa, you've got some fun stuff going on with your team and with your group. Can you share some ways you're keeping them out of the slumber too early?
Sure. This time of year, I think everyone is very, very busy. You're trying to figure out, when are you going to get your tree? When are you going to put it up? Especially with add in the whole school thing going on. And can we travel? Can we not? So for me this year, especially, I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone. And so I am working my business and then literally spoon feeding it to my team. So if it's a customer text, the team gets the customer text. If it's a social media post, they get the social media posts. If it's a customer email, they get the customer email, and so forth. So I am showing them that I'm working, because we need to keep working at least until the 15th. And I am making it easier for them so that they can just change the Scentsy consultant, Scentsy lady name at the end of the text and send it off. So I'm trying to make it easier for myself and still make it easy for them, and so forth. I'm also trying to engage the team by doing a Secret Santa. So I had everybody opt in on my team page for the Secret Santa, and they all got very excited. And like Lauren said, you hear from people who you don't ever hear from, but they're willing to donate $10 to get a $10 gift. So I'm like, all right. And then another thing I'm really trying to do right now is focus on my check marks. I don't know what we really want to call them right now, but I'm calling them check marks. And I'm focusing on buy from yourself this season. I mean, why are you going to go buy room spray at Walmart when you get money back, PRV, and so forth? So that's kind of my game plan right now for the next week and a half, 2 weeks.
Jessica, tell us about what you have planned with your team.
Kind of the same thing that these ladies just said. So I think it's really important for us to remember as leaders and for our team members that it's so important that we rest from the holiday push and the busy season that we've just been in, but we kind of have to teach them how that works, right? So you can't just go into your cookie coma and then not come back. Like you come back, your algorithm is shot, like you didn't post anything and nobody can see any of your stuff on your team page or your VIP page. So the biggest thing right now is teaching our team how to have a plan to take the rest, right? And just like they were saying, staying in front of your team on the team page, treating your team page like it's the office that people are going to come and they're going to check into that. And while they're taking the break, it might be the fluff that you post, but schedule your posts on your team pages and your VIP pages so that even if you as a leader worked really, really hard and you planned for your break, you don't want to just completely check out because they're going to match your efforts. If you check out, they're going to check out. So schedule your fluffy post. I love the recipe one, Lauren. I just wrote that down. The Christmas tree, do you like red lights? Do you like white lights on your Christmas tree? All those sorts of things. What present are you hoping to get? What present are you most excited to give? Those sorts of things. But then again, going back, teaching them how to make a plan to take the time off. So, and saying to them point blank, you want to have a business to come back to when Christmas is over. So maybe that is, teaching them how to bring back my bar sales even after the Christmas cutoff, making sure that every single person knows you've reached out to them personally and they know the cutoff is the 15th and they know that it's going to get to their customers by Christmas, because some of them might not realize that right now. Maybe their person in between you didn't tell them. Teaching them to come up with, make basket parties fun. So their customers are taking basket parties over Christmas break, call it an elf bag or something. So they're coming back after Christmas, they're getting PRV in December, before they even switch gears into January. And then another way to stay in front of them, there's still time if you haven't done it yet to do a holiday party for your teams. So I'm going to tell you just really quickly a couple fun things that I planned because I wish someone would have told me so I didn't have to dig through Pinterest for an hour to find all the ideas. So I'm going to give them all to you, and you could do it the weekend of the 19th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It doesn't matter. I did a gift exchange that just like Lisa, I used elfster.com. It might be pushing it unless everyone did Amazon. So we're doing a cookie decorating contest. So we're all gonna decorate sugar cookies with our family, pick one, upload the picture to the team page, and then we're gonna announce the winner on our holiday get together. We're doing a holiday cheer from waist up. So like a hat or an ugly sweater or something like that. And whoever's the best dressed, I think a couple of best dressed people will get a prize. I'm planning on just doing a bunch of giveaways, and I was going to do little gift cards, but I changed and I'm going to do lottery tickets. I don't know if that's out of compliance, but I thought that sounded like a lot more fun than gift cards. So lottery tickets for the win. We're doing a holiday drink contest. So everybody's going to bring a holiday cheer drink. It might have alcohol in it. It might not, but and then bring your recipe, and whoever's drink sounds the yummiest or looks the cutest, maybe both, they're going to get a lottery ticket. We're going to do holiday trivia and then play Never Have I Ever, where everybody holds up their 10 fingers. And then I'm going to say something like, raise your hand or take a finger away if you've ever re-gifted a Christmas gift to somebody else, those sorts of things. Found it all on Pinterest, but there you go. And you still could use all of those ideas and have a holiday party on Zoom for everyone, for your team. But I think the biggest thing is just, like I said, checking in, scheduling your posts so that you can take your break, but teaching them how to take a break and come back and still get PRV at the end of December when their Christmas vacation is over.
Thanks, Jessica. Wow, my mind is spinning on all those great ideas for the recipes, for the drinks and the cookies. I mean, there's so much opportunity within our VIP groups and within our team pages and within our personal pages that we can totally max out those ideas. Lauren, I want the next question to go to you. All of you are going to answer this, but I want to know, how are you setting the example for your team? You have a lot of sales rock stars in your group and you guys are selling machines, but how are you translating that into the rest of your team that might already have hit the snooze button or put the tree up and is calling it done? What are you doing for your team?
I think it's just sharing and keeping ideas simple. And I've kind of come to this conclusion in 2020. A lot of ideas are good, but I think for most of our consultants, let's say our hobbyists or someone who just wants a discount, we're giving them too many ideas. It becomes overwhelming. And I think when people get overwhelmed, they don't do anything. So it can be, okay, today my idea and something I'm working on. And a lot of times that's all we need to show is what we're doing, because they'll think, oh, if she can do it, I can do it too. Maybe you're taking 2 bars that you have in inventory and you're putting in some fluff and putting it in a cute bag, and you upload a tag and tell them you can tie it with ribbon and call it your Christmas, Jolly Bar special or something like that. And you can offer it, you can send that via text and say, here's a challenge and you can send this out. I think it's just sharing what we're doing. Like Lisa was saying, a lot of our team needs to be spoon fed. We all know, like, time, I don't know how it is, like, we're home more now, but time seems to be just as valuable and go just as quick as when we were all out running around places. So if we can give them the information and make it simple and spoon feed them what to do, it makes a huge difference. And then sharing your success, but also if it didn't work, it's okay to say, yep, I tried that and I didn't really get any takers. That's okay. I just have come to the drawing board. And especially the ideas with inventory, how to be compliant and how to utilize that will be key for after the 15th. But just really sharing what we're doing. And I've seen too is people love it because we make it simple for them. I have gotten real big into the porch drop-offs again. I had kind of eliminated that, and we're back in school here in Florida. But prior to that, I was like, oh yeah, you want me to go deliver 35 minutes away? I'm there, because it was just something to do. But I found people are turning to me again. Maybe they didn't buy from me for a while because I make it so easy. I'll go drop off that gift on their front door and they don't even have to go out. And there's a lot of people who aren't going out. We're going to run into those shipping deadlines. So just being in front of everyone, I think, is key, and sharing what you're doing.
So Lisa, you're up next. How are you setting some examples for your team and, giving them the tools they need to get active this month?
Well, I think Lauren hit on a great point, in that not everything works for everyone. And so if we're constantly talking about all the great things that are happening, then they feel like maybe they're failing. And wait, I did a Black Friday sale and you just posted you got 20 sales and I got none. So I do think it's important that we touch on the fact that we do have failures as well. And like I try to tell my team, hey, we're not necessarily looking for that sale off of that email. What we're doing is we're telling our customer base, we're in business, we have what you need when you need it, and we are ready to service you. So you might get an order in 7 days. You might get a PWS order. You might get somebody calling that didn't necessarily respond to your initial text. So I think that it's just, you need to be open for business. Like Jessica said, even going into the holiday, coming out of the holiday, all of that. But I think it's important that we also show what didn't work for us. And that's good team engagement on our pages. Like, Sally Sue might have had 3 orders and I had 0 and somebody else had 10. And so I think it's, and then, it kind of engages, well, what was your wording different than mine? What offer did you do that was different than mine, type of thing. So I think that's important too.
I think setting expectations is super huge and important. I did a text challenge on Friday with my team, and I said, okay, let's send 100 texts. I don't care if it's today or within the next 10 days. Let's do 100 text challenge. And I did. I gave them the images. I gave them the sample text, and a few people participated that told us about it, and who knows who saw it. But I immediately went back and told them, oh my gosh, I received an order, which is truth. I wanted to tell them 5 years later, 5 years, this woman came back to me and spent $100 today with me from that crazy text. So just those expectations. Sometimes it takes a while, but we've got to stay in front of our customers. So I think that's super important. We get no's, we send texts and they don't all turn into sales. That's huge. So show them that we're consultants at first and foremost. Love that. Jess, do you have anything to add before we go, or anything else you wanted to share?
Sure. I have 2 things. So one would be what they said. Basically, it's John Maxwell, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership is the law of the picture, showing exactly what you're doing, even if you feel like it's the silliest thing of making a sample, because they might be like, oh yeah, I forgot. I bought those cute little sample packages or whatever. And it's just that one little thing that gets them like excited for a split second to go and do something for their business, even if it is a hobbyist. So sharing pictures of everything you do in your office, right? In your team's office, on your team page. And then the other thing that I've been doing, that I've been testing, and I don't even know if I told you guys, my coworkers here, that I've done this, but I signed up for the Visily text messaging. So you can do your Facebook parties, but you can also, it's kind of like Project Broadcast, but I've been texting my team members, not my group. I'm testing it with my team. So when something launches, like this morning, the buddy clips and the baby Yoda, sending them a text message, letting them know the details that it's going out. Like this morning, I sent out a text message to all of those check marks, and like someone said, so I'm getting engagement, when's the Christmas cutoff, those sorts of things. So trying a text messaging service. So I think I'm going to switch to Project Broadcast instead of Visily, but I'm not sure yet. But just being able to just text every single person on your team in 1 second what's coming out, and keeping them in the loop in case they're not checking your team page or the workstation.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to rapid fire. I have a couple notes that I made, and it was so engaged with what they were saying, I don't want to forget to hit them. So I'm going to rapid fire a couple things that I made note of just for the last few minutes that we're on together. But while I am listing off a couple other ideas, can everybody go into chat? I want to learn from each other. That's why we all show up live, right? I want to know what you guys are doing, what's working with your teams, or maybe you haven't tried any of these things yet, and you're going to commit to us that you're going to do one of these things. Text us in the chat. I'm going to host a holiday cheer meetup. I'm going to do a text challenge. I'm going to, start sharing more on my team page. Can you guys just blow up the chat for a minute and learn from each other? I would love that. So a couple notes that I made for keeping our team from taking a long break is we need to make sure, this is just a wrap up recap. These ladies did an amazing job, but just make sure we keep community and engagement with our teams and in our personal business, but then also setting that example for our teams. Staying in front of our customers, staying in front of our teams is foremost. So I just want to re-emphasize this. All three, Lauren, Lisa, and Jessica touched on this. Our teams need to see us working, but they also need to see us intentional with our families as well. That means that we're not 100% available to them. We need to be intentional with our kids, our spouses, our families, our friends, but and then we can show up for our teams as well. So that emphasizes the rest. And use your time wisely and show up for your team and for your customers. I think we hit on everything else. I just wanted to reemphasize that. Do you guys have anything else you add? And I know I have some Superstar Director friends on here. Did you guys have any ideas that you wanted to add?
Shelly, I'll say, if you happen, we keep talking team. If you happen to have a group, I actually spoon feed all my directors as well. So they get the customer text, they get any team text I send, they can delete it if they want, they can pass it on and sign their name, they can do anything. But I try to do that as well, just to make their life easier. They don't need to reinvent what I just did. So I try to do that as well.
That's a really valid point, because just why we all showed up together today to see what everybody is doing, and we're reading in the chat and getting some new ideas as well. We meet up and divide up the work. Like, as soon as that Yoda was sold out, we're like, okay, what can we do? Here's 3 ideas that we can go back to our teams and give suggestions. The pre-sale is up. We can tell them to have their customer print the picture and put it in the card. And there's ways to save those sales. So working with another director, whether it's, within your group or outside of your group, a friend from boot camp or somebody you just saw had a great idea on the share page, or you heard speak, just reach out to them and divide up the work. I love that, and hold each other accountable. Okay, I'm seeing in the chat, I'm just gonna look in the chat real quick. Cinderella challenge, Zoom Christmas party. I like this, going to share more of what I'm doing on my team page so they can see how I'm working. And I'm having a hard time scrolling up. Did anybody see anything else?
Yeah, Shelly, someone was asking exactly what your 100 text challenge consisted of. So I don't know if you could share that in another spot later. It was Heather.
Yeah, so you can search. It's not a new thing. It's the 100 no's, go for the no's. There's a couple different flyers. You can find a grid on Google that's 100 that they can just highlight. I had a couple consultants actually post it back in comments that they had highlighted it in different colors, like 10 at a time and 10 different colors of highlighter. So you can find 100 grid. And then the text simply was what I was sending to my customers that day. And I was focusing
Your guy's
on
coming up to the door, babe.
I was focusing on holiday gifts and wax. So I just simply sent a cute little Christmas 6-pack and cut off shipping, whatever my focus was for the day. And, we come up with 10 of those, and it's kind of second nature to us. But to someone who doesn't know where to start or is new, just giving them the sample script and an image, they will run with it, I promise. So I just posted that in my team page. Okay, did we cover all the questions? I think we're good. Well, you guys, thank you so much for meeting up with us. I can't wait to continue this conversation. Oh, does somebody have a question, or before we hang up? I was seeing some facial expressions and some hands up. I just wanted to make sure we're good. Okay, you guys, go back to your afternoon. Let's have an awesome last week before shipping cutoff in Region 1. So I wish you guys the best of luck. And that doesn't mean we stop our businesses. Remember, we're all going to check in and set the examples for our teams to stay in front of our customers, in front of our team members throughout the holiday season. Thanks, you guys.